What's going on, guys? Boss6 here, back to another video, and today here to give you guys yet another album review. And one album I have been really anticipated because I've always heard good stuff about this band, and up until recently, I've been meaning to check these guys out and heard really damn good stuff about their last album, and now I'm here talking about their newest album. Of course, I'm going to be talking about the new album from 1914 with Viribus Unitis. This album comes out on the 14th of November of 2025 on Napalm Records. This is the band's fourth studio album overall, and this band is essentially a blackened death metal slash death doom, maybe blackened death doom act. This band is from Ukraine that formed in 2014, and it's kind of interesting that a band from Ukraine is actually talking about the themes of the First World War, which I think is really interesting because, of course, 1914 is where I think the First World War started, actually. And I've heard some damn good stuff about these guys. I heard, really good stuff from The Blind Leading the Blind, but especially their last album, Where Fear and Weapons Meet. I heard that album is just an absolute masterpiece. And when I heard that they were coming out with a new album, I'm like, okay, I need to get on the hype train with these guys and need to figure out what the hype, what this band's all about. And, well, we kick off with the opening track, War In, brackets, the beginning of the fall, end bracket. And essentially, this is like old-timey music, old radio music that they played way back in the 2010s. Has a bit of a creepy atmosphere to it, but it really does set the tone for the entire album. And my God, this, the atmosphere and the vibe on this album is just, darkly triumphant, in a way. It really, the atmosphere of this album really encompasses how the First World War went, and basically the emotions and what the soldiers felt, seeing that their brothers in arms were dying in front of them and basically trying to survive. And it really sets the tone for the entire album. So after that, we get into 1914, the siege of, oh God, apologize if I fuck this word up, Przemysl, I believe that's how you say that. It's Przemysl. That, I don't know why that looks like some kind of weird drug, but yeah, this track here, Blackened Tremolos from the beginning. There's a big Sulfur Aeon vibe I get on this album, and that kind of goes throughout the entire album as a whole. And it's a really damn good song. A bit of a weird transition because of that weird old-timey music on the bridge, which was a little bit of a weird transaction. But I guess it kind of does set the tone a little bit there. But it's a damn good song. Really damn way to kick off the album. Then we get to 1915, Easter Battle of the Zinwin Bridge. Now, this song right here, the Zinwin Ridge, my bad. This song right here is actually one of my favorite tracks in the entire album because immediate chunky riffs at the beginning. There's a big behemoth vibe I get on this song. There's a nice atmospheric bridge, nice epic melodies, and this album is going for the grandiose style of blackened death metal, which I think is really damn good. Something like Hideous Divinity would do, maybe a tad bit of Nile thrown in there as well, and it's really damn good. And then we get to 1916, the Citro Offensive. Again, if I fuck these words up, I do severely apologize, but there's some samples at the beginning of the song. There's actually samples almost at the beginning of every track on this album, which I can kind of gripe about because they kind of they kind of do maybe one too many of them, but it works here because of the themes that it's going for. But nice brooding atmosphere. This is one of the more atmospheric songs in the entire album. It's just brooding, it's kind of bleak sounding, and it's really damn good. Then we get to 1917, the Ezio Front big triumphant vibe on this one. Like, this one just feels epic and victorious, and it really feels like these guys are going to go home to their families with, you know, scars, bullet holes, and whatever you can find, but they're eventually going to go home. Excuse me, to their families. And it really sets a nice pace for the album in question. There's a big bolt thrower vibe that I get on this song in particular. Now we get into the three-part portion of the album, the 1918 trilogy. We start off with part 1, WIA, which means Wounded in Action. And this actually features Christopher Scott. I don't know who this guy is, but he's from the band Precious Death, which I've never heard of the band, but he does like these kind of like weird, creepy whispers while the frontman just basically just, you know, snarling his guts out. There's some samples again. Big Paradise Lost like vibes on this one. Like, the first half of the album is more so in the vein of like the aforementioned Behemoth, Sulphur Aeon, and the like. A little bit of Marduk thrown in there too. The second half is where like the Death Doom elements really kick off, and again you get elements of like Paradise Lost. I would say maybe a little bit of what was another one? Maybe like not so much Incantation, like the more gloomy vibe, if you will. Maybe My Dying Bride, that's another big one I really got off of this. And actually the next song as a whole, the next two songs actually, because on 1918 Part 2, POW, Prisoner of War, it actually features, my bad. Part 2 features Christopher Scott, my apologies. Nice bass line intro that I think is really nice. I really love that bass in particular. Big My Dying Bride vibes, and then towards the end end of the song, it really gets to that more aggressive, you know, Behemoth-like brutality. And actually, on part 1, there's a lot of like haunting screams at the end of that song. It's like, ugh, it's a little creepy. But then we get to part 3, which might be my favorite track on the entire of the trilogy. Well, actually, no, it might be part 2, because the part 2, that is just encased in just haunting atmosphere. But part 3, ADE, A Duty to Escape, which actually features former My Dying Bride frontman Aaron Stainthorpe, who, if you guys know anything about him, he just has some killer melodies. There's some dissonance in here that I think is really nice. Again, big My Dying Bride vibes. Aaron's vocals are just beautifully haunting on that song in particular. And the guy, the frontman, which I'm not 100% sure what the frontman's name is. Let me check here. Let's see. Oh, God. KUK, I'm not even gonna bother. Actually, I think his name is right here. Dietmar Kummerberg, I think that's how you say his name. He's got like all the members have like some like World War One like sergeant names at the beginning of their names, which it's cool. I actually do like that personally, but it's a little bit odd to say the least. But yeah, he does a really damn good vocal performance in particular, and that's a really damn good way to end the trilogy there. Then we get to 1919, The Home Where I Died, featuring Jerome Ruder. I don't know who he is. I do apologize. Very melancholic, you know, it really does encapsulate like the end of the war, and it's just very haunting and very tragic. There's some piano in there. The vocals are kind of David Bowie-esque. Like, I don't know, that just might be me personally, but I got a lot of David Bowie-like vibes off the guy's vocals. But I think it fits well. I think it fits perfectly for what they are doing with this song in particular. And it may stand out a little bit, but it works for me. And then we get to Wore Out the End, ? Which is more the same of the beginning track War In, the beginning of the fall. So, yeah, all in all, I don't really have anything to fully complain about this album. Again, maybe the samples could be a bit overdone, but I think it works for this album. I guess maybe the only thing I can't complain about is that the weird transition on 1914 is a little bit odd, but I didn't really complain about all that much. I still think the song kicked a whole lot of ass. The production on this album, which I believe the producer is Alex Backlund, and Tony Lindgren was actually mastering this album, which I think is really, really, really cool. So, yeah, I think this album is, top to bottom, I think this album is a fucking masterpiece, if you ask me. I dig the shit out of this album. Again, I don't have anything really to complain about this. This is probably going to be my top 10. Like, I dig the shit out of this album. This is fantastic stuff. I understand the hype with this band now. This might be one of my new favorite bands as of right now because, goddamn, the music itself is so damn good. The context is really nice. And, yeah, I'm curious to see what they're going to do next. And I might have to go back and listen to their first 3 albums because I heard that ever since Blind Leading the Blind and then Where Fear Weapons Meet, I feel like those 2 albums are a really good companion piece to this album right here. So, yeah, I don't have anything else to say other than this is a fantastic album. Again, if you guys like bands like Marduk, Paradise Lost, My Dying Bride, Sulphur Aeon, maybe some Hideous Divinity thrown in there, a lot of Behemoth. Check this album out. I'm going to give this 4.5 stars, nearly 4 3/4 if I'm feeling generous, but yeah, this album is fucking beautiful. It's beautifully dark, beautifully haunting, and I love every minute of this album. There was not a wasted moment on this album. Even the beginning and ending outro songs, at least, like, yeah, you could skip those really, but it does really add to the album in my eyes. So, yeah, fucking great album. Not much more need to be said. Really damn good stuff right here. So, guys, what did you guys think about the new 1914? Let me know in the comment section below. Make sure you guys leave... Make sure you guys leave a like, leave a comment, tap the big red subscribe button, and tap the bell so when I upload, you guys will be notified. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Most importantly, join the herd. Talk guys next video. Peace out.